Things surely die.
Right, so he's telling Nathan the prophet, hey, I'm gonna finish this guy right here. How you gonna take somebody else's, lamb? This is the only one he got. The rich man, he got an abundance, and you're not willing to give it to the traveler, you're gonna take from him? You understand? So David was hot about this. What did Nathan tell him?
Verse 6, and he shall restore the lamb fourfold because he did this thing, and because he had no pity.
Right?
And Nathan said to David, thou art the man.
Nathan said what to him?
And Nathan said to David, thou art the man.
Thou art the man. You understand why? Because you took another man's wife, plotted against him, you understand? David already had wives, you understand? But what? You wanted something that was somebody else's, you understand? That spirit of covetousness, of lusting after her, you understand? He saw that the woman was naked, beautiful. Man, who is this? I want her, you understand? All he had to do was ask the Most High to send him another wife, you understand? So this is the spirit of coveting now, you understand? It said, Nathan said to him, David, you art thou man. Keep going.
Thus said the Most High power of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul.
Right.
And I gave thee thy master's house, and thy master's wives into thy bosom.
Right, I delivered you to the kings, you understand? And I gave you their wives, you understand? I gave this all to you. Gave you their house and everything, okay? I anointed you over Israel, you understand? So now my blessing is upon you. You can go out, really take out any nation, you understand? Because I'm the creator, you understand? So this is what he was telling David. Keep going.
And gave thee the house of Israel and of Judah.
The house of Israel, talking about the northern tribes, and the house of Judah, the southern kingdom, you understand? Keep going.
And if that had been too little, I will moreover have given unto thee such things.
See, this is how the Most High loved David, you understand? That was too little. All you had to do was ask me, you understand? Because I anointed you king, you understand? You could have had many wives, you understand? You didn't just have to have this one sister that was already married, you understand? So that's the covenant spirit right there, you understand? Go ahead.
Yeah, didn't he have like 30 some wives up before Bathsheba?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah,
right, sure. I mean, yeah, I don't know offhand, but yeah.
No, I'm
yeah.
just saying, because if he had that many, I mean, what's the point?
You always want with somebody else. Just how, like, we in the world, and you know how you with a lady, this is what we always used to say in high school, right? You with somebody, it's like, man, how come all the girls, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I get with somebody, they always coming to me. But like when I'm single, don't nobody want me, you understand? Because really that spirit of coveting is on them, you understand? They always want what somebody else don't have. Even when dudes, for example, you know what I'm saying? You see a dude who you think you better than, and he, you know what I'm saying? He with a nice looking girl, like, man, I do get her. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Because you always want something that somebody else don't have. That's why it says, thou shalt not covet. It's really a spirit, you understand? And you got to know how to control that spirit. That's really what it is. So we go through it, you know what I'm saying, every day. Even though you got a lot already, you know what I'm saying, 30-something wives, you still want that other one, you know what I'm saying, that one beautiful, man, even though I got a Monte Carlo, man, I still want this BMW this brother got right here. Like, you still want more and more. So that's a fleshly type of mentality, you understand? So that's why we always got to check ourselves, you understand? Like, and know that what we got, you should be satisfied with it, you know what I'm saying? You're not homeless, you're not living out on the street, you understand? You got a nice house, you got clothes to put in your back, you know what I'm saying? You don't need all that, you understand? All we need to be doing is following these, being obedient, you understand? The Most High, he will add to you, you understand? That's what I'm saying. So David was an obedient king, you understand? He did what the Most High asked, and the Most High gave him more and more, you understand? So all he had to do was do that, you understand? Like, hey, can I have a woman that looks like Bathsheba? You understand? That's all he had to ask for, but he didn't do it that way. You understand? He still wanted to sleep with that man. Like, man, how can this dude, he another nation, you understand? I'm king of Israel. He was high and proud, you understand? So, man, I want her right here. So he devised a plan, and he knew that the Most High was watching, you understand? So that's how deep that spirit is, you understand? You will know that the Most High is watching you, you still do it anyway, you understand? So that's how we got to always check ourselves. But go ahead, let's pick it up.
All right, 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 9. Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Most High, to do evil in his sight?
Right, you despise the commandment of not coveting. Keep going. And adultery.
Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife,
right,
and hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house.
The sword shall never depart from thine house. Keep going.
Because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. Thus saith the Most High, Behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thy own house, and I will take thy wives before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this sun.
And he shall lie with thy wives, not behind your back, you understand? He's going to lie with a guy in the open, in the sight of the sun, you understand? That's what it's talking about. So, not only, you understand, am I going to take your wives, but I'm also going to send a sword upon your house. You understand? And when you read these curses, you understand, even though he's talking about his immediate house, because when you read his son, the firstborn of his son from that wife, he actually died, but it's talking about the nation of Israel, you understand? Because of what, you know, understand, it was already a curse. But David, but the Most High put David on that, said, you know, this house of Israel and Judah, I'm going to go ahead and put a sword to him, you understand? And so when you read the Assyrian captivity got taken over, and then this is dealing with David, so also what? There's the southern kingdom eventually, you understand? Taken down by the hand of the sword. So this is also going, is manifold, you understand? Talking about his immediate family and also the nation of Israel. Keep going.
All right, verse 12. For thou didst it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun.
I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun. Keep going.
And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Most High. And Nathan said unto David, the Most High also hath put away thy sin, thou shalt not die.
Thou shalt not die. So the Most High forgave him, but I'm still going to curse your seed. You understand? Keep going.
Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Most High to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die.
Right. The child unto thee that is born shall also surely die. You understand? So his seed is now about to get put to death. You understand? Just a little infant. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 15. And Nathan departed unto his house, and the Most High strake the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and it was very sick.
Now examine this for a second. It says, and Nathan departed unto his house, and the Most High struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and was very sick. See, if you notice in the Old Testament and through the scriptures, they always knew that the Most High sent certain spirits and certain ailments to people, you understand? And we don't understand that today. We always think it's a natural cause or something that's just happening, you know, just through, like, he found bad luck, you understand? But they knew that the Most High sent this, you understand? That's why when you read the book of Enoch, Enoch always referred to him as the Lord of Spirits, you understand? Why? Because we just flesh and blood, you understand? But what's up here is our spirit. So really we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual plane, you understand? It's always in our mind, our spirit, you understand? The Most High is called the Lord of Spirits, so he controls what spirit to put on people, you understand, and make them certain type of ways, you understand? So really, we got to know that the Most High is always in charge, you understand? He sent the spirit on Esau to take over the nation of Israel, you understand? He spent certain spirits on people to actually overcome and take us down, you understand? Put a spirit on us to be in a subservient state, you understand? Now we can't get ahead. So the curses, you understand, when you think about it, the cursing is really going about how the Most High is putting spirits on people, you understand, to actually make his will be done, you understand? He's called the Lord of Spirits, you understand? That's why Enoch refers to him that. So we always got to understand that the Most High, it says the Most High struck the baby, you understand? It wasn't no, oh man, this baby is sick and he got this and the doctor's telling you what the case is. No, the Most High put a spirit on him, you understand? And we got to know that, you know, anything that happens, the Most High is always, you know, his will is being done. You understand? So we always got to, that's why we always got to continually fast and pray to him. You understand that, you know, hopefully he don't take us out. You understand? Because really you can, you know, you can die any day. People say that like, man, you never know when you're going to be gone. We have no control over our life whatsoever. You understand? So the Most High is the Lord of Spirits. You understand? He controls the whole show. But I want to point that out. You understand? They understood this back in the Old Testament. They knew that the Most High put this on them. You understand? But keep going.
All right, verse 16. Mm-hmm. David therefore brought the Most High, David therefore besought the Most High for the child, and David fasted and went in and lay all night upon the earth.
See that? He fasted and went in and lay up right because he knew it did wrong. You understand? So he knew it was a time to fast and pray now. You understand? Keep going.
And the elders of his house arose and went to him and raised him up from the earth, but he would not. Neither did he eat bread with them.
Neither did he eat bread with them. So he was going through something, you understand? Because he knew he had messed up, and he knew that this child that's coming from this woman is surely, you understand, is going to die. He already knew this, so he just, let me just fast. I'm not even finna eat right now, you understand? I just want to be alone. Keep going.
And it came to pass on the seventh day.
On the seventh day, the Sabbath, the rest day. Keep going.
That the child died.
Right, the child died. You understand? It got put to rest. You understand? On the Sabbath day. Keep going.
And the servants of David feared to tell him that the child was dead.
Right.
For they said, behold, while the child was yet alive, we spake unto him, and he would not hearken unto our voice.
So even when the child was alive, we tried to speak to David. He didn't really hear us, you understand? So we know he's not going to hear us now. Keep going.
How will he then vex himself if we would tell him that the child is dead?
Exactly.
But when David saw that his servants whispered, David perceived that the child was dead.
Right. David already knew, like, oh, they whispering, like, man, he had died. You understand? He already knew it. He already perceived it. Keep going.
Therefore David said unto his servants, Is the child dead?
Is the child dead?
And they said, He is dead.
Right. So he died. You understand? The Most High put the spirit on that child. You understand? He struck him with an ailment that he died. Keep going.
Then David arose from the earth and washed and anointed himself and changed his apparel and came into the house of the Most High and worshipped. Then he came to his own house, and when he required, they set bread before him, and he did eat.
Right. So now, you know, David's coming back. You understand? He already knew when he messed up. He knew that the Most High did this to his child. You understand? So he's washed up now, and now he's eating again. You understand? So it was like a mourning period. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 21. Then said his servants unto him, What thing is this that thou hast done? Thou didst fast and weep for the child while it was alive,
right.
But when the child was dead, thou didst rise and eat bread. And he said, While the child was yet alive, I fasted and wept, for I said, Who can tell whether the Most High will be gracious to me, that the child may live?
Right. Who can tell whether the Most High will be gracious to me, that the child may live? Keep going.
But now he is dead. Wherefore shall I fast? Can I bring him back again? I shall go to him, but he shall not return to me.
Right, so there's no. I already fasted when he was alive. You understand? Because I knew what was going to happen. You understand? So now that he's dead, what? You want me to go fast again? You understand? I can't bring him back. I already mourned for him while he was yet alive. You understand? So you know it would have been like just repeating already. You understand what he had already done for the child? Keep going.
And David comforted Bathsheba his wife and went in unto her and lay with her.
Right, so now that thing is done. He knew he messed up, the child died, you understand, but the Most High still forgave David, though, you understand? So now he's moving on, you understand? He's with his wife, you understand, that he took from Uriah, you understand, and did what?
And she bare a son, and he called his name Solomon.
So this is where the lineage picks up, you understand? Solomon is the next king after David, you understand? That's what Solomon, you understand, is coming to existence. So the wife that he took from Uriah, you understand, this is what Solomon was born from, you understand? So that's why when you read Matthew, the first chapter, going into the lineage, you understand it talks about how Solomon came from David, the wife of Uriah the Hittite, you understand, when you read Matthew 1. So this is what we going to stop right here in this chapter because it's going into something else. Let's go to the book of James, going more into this covetousness spirit. But you can see what? Two things, right? The Most High, he always sees everything, you understand? That's number one, that you're not getting away with anything, you understand? You're not getting away with anything that comes from the Most High. What's the number two? That what? Whatever you do, it will come back around, you understand? The Most High sees it, he will repay you, you understand, no matter what you're doing. So people wonder why, you know, certain things happen in their life, you understand? Well, you got to check yourself. You got to check your spirit, you understand? And see what's going on. Because the Most High, you understand, he knows how to straighten people up, you understand? He knows how to straighten people up to get them to where he's going to actually implement his plan, you understand, his will. So we got to understand that everything is nothing really being done in the dark, you understand? We think we're getting away with it, you understand? Some brothers like go home, you understand, and go in the bathroom, pull up the internet, click XXX, you understand, and deal with themselves, you understand? I mean, this is real talk, like, you know, men do this, you understand? Sometimes that spirit just come up on us, you understand? We in the world, we used to a certain feeling, you understand, and we want to get that feeling back, you understand? Almost like a drug, you understand? Even with smoking weed, you understand? Like, man, I ain't had nothing in a long time, I know I'm trying to be right, but this one time, let me just go ahead and do it, you understand? And what, something end up happening, you understand? You end up, the blunt probably failed, light a fire, you understand? I mean, it's just stuff like that happens, you understand? Like, you just don't know where it came from. Like, man, I knew I shouldn't have did this. And you start thinking about, like, man, I knew I should have did this, you understand? Because the Most High knows you try to what? Conform yourself, you understand? And come back into righteousness. So you got to understand that he sees everything. So when you realize that things start happening even into your body, you understand? You putting certain substance in your body, you got to understand that this is the temple that he created, you understand? It's perfect. So you got to understand this is a machine. So if you putting something in that doesn't belong there, eventually your body is going to break down. You understand? That's just common sense. That's why it tells you in 1 Corinthians 3 that the Most High, the temple, he dwells in here. You understand? If you're going to destroy it, he's going to destroy you. You understand? So us eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, you understand? There's certain illness that's going to come on you. High blood pressure, diabetes, you understand? It's the Most High destroying you. But we trying to be like everybody else because we see it on TV and it looks nice and good, you understand? That's really going into lusting and coveting, you understand? You want to do it because everybody else doing it. It's just, so wonderful and tastes good, you understand? But once you know not to do it, that's when you got to, make a change right then and there, you understand? Because you got to understand that what the Most High said, you understand, it has to stand. What he says has to stand. You got to understand that this body right here, what he made, is actually a perfect creation. You understand? So us doing these things that's going adverse to our body is actually bringing about death. You understand? It brings about a shorter lifespan. You understand? So the Most High puts these things in us for us to live a fulfilling life. You understand? So that's the mentality we have to have and what we, going into. You understand? So let's pick it up in James, the 4th chapter. James 4:1.
All right, James chapter 4, verse 1. From whence come wars and fightings among you?
From whence comes wars and fightings among you?
Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members?
Don't they even come, even of your lusts that war in your members? So these are where even the wars of our members come from, you understand? Even wars, talking about the physical wars, you understand? There's always somebody wanting something, you understand? And, I hate to keep bringing, Esau out, but he never really got a lot of the land, you understand? So he lusting after something that was never given to him, you understand? The Most High blessed him with the edge of the sword, you understand? But he never got his inheritance as a land. So now he's going about taking over different countries, you understand? Taking their resources, you understand? Even in Africa, he takes over certain land parts and make them a third world country, you understand? Why? Because he wants the stuff that he never was, promised, you understand? So even those wars get started, you understand? And he starts those wars fighting really because he's going against the Most High, you understand? So that's where even that's coming from. But this is talking about even wars lusting in your members, the spirit versus the flesh. You understand? Even with our own everyday process, there's always a spiritual side and there's always a fleshly side. The fleshly wants to do, you understand, whatever feels good to us in that flesh. You understand? But the spirit is always telling us something different, or what they call your conscience. You understand? Like, man, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but man, this temporary satisfaction just feels good. You understand? And that's what it's talking about. Keep going.
Verse 2. Ye lust and have not.
Ye lust, but you have not.
Ye kill and desire to have.
You kill and you desire to have. Man, I need the new J's. Let's go rob this brother over here and put a bullet in his head. Keep going.
And cannot obtain.
And cannot attain.
Ye fight in war, yet ye have not.
You fight in war, and yet ye have not, because you never satisfied. That's why I'm saying you have not, because even though you're doing all this, you really never satisfied. You understand? Keep going.
Because you ask not.
Because you asked not. You really didn't ask the Most High. You took it upon your own will, like David did, to do what he did. You understand? You took it upon your own will to not get the stuff that you lusting after. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 3. You ask and receive not, because you ask amiss.
Right. You ask and receive not, because really you're not asking to, help your brother out or doing that. You asking amiss, like, please help me with this so I can get this girl, you understand? Please, Lord, bless me with a big house so I can show all my friends, and, just asking amiss, you understand? You doing it for a vain glory, you understand? That's what it's talking about. Keep going.
That you may consume it upon your lust.
That you may consume it upon your lust. That's why you really asking, so you can consume it upon your lust, you understand? You asking for stuff that's going to help you benefit your flesh, you understand? But you're not really supposed to ask the Most High. We need to be asking the Most High, and instruct me with some wisdom, you understand? So I can know what's going on in the world, you understand? So I can know about what's going on with chemtrails and how they, polluting the snow, you understand? I need to know about what's going on with these drones flying around. You need to be asking about wisdom and stuff like that, you understand? What does Obamacare about? Most High, can you please instruct me to where to go so I can learn about the mark of the beast getting implemented and my people dying, you understand? Or why the children of Israel are killing each other on the streets, you understand? That's the things we need to be trying to figure out, you understand? And this Bible talks about it, you understand? That's what we need to be trying to figure out. Like, is there other information out there? Is there other books besides the 66, you understand? What wisdom do I need to have, you understand? Is there other books out there that I can read to give me instruction? What about the Apocrypha, you understand? What about the book of Jasher, the War of the Lords, you understand? Where, you need to be asking the Most High about these, things that's coming to you to help you better your life, you understand? not about what's the newest, Xbox One and what video games coming out. You understand? That's foolishness to the Most High. So we need to start correcting our mind. Keep going.
Verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
You see that? And he called them adulterers and adulteresses. You understand? You're going around, going into other different doctrines. You understand? Different philosophies, different religions. Not what's in this scripture right here. You understand? Sleeping with, even on the physical plane, sleeping with other men's wives and husbands. You understand? So it's talking about spiritual and physical. It says, don't you know that the friendship of this world is enmity with the Most High? Because the Most High doesn't really love this world. You understand? Satan rules it. You understand? They teach you covenants and lustful spirits. You understand? That's what he's known for. He was a prideful, spirit. You understand? He was prideful. He wanted to be like the Most High. You understand? That's the spirit of Covetousness. Really, you understand? That was his whole spirit. So we got to understand that, keep our spirit in check. Keep going.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High.
Right, you're going to be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. You understand? We can all get along. God doesn't really hate you. He loves the sinner. He hates the sin but loves the sinner. You understand? Or that philosophy. You understand? So this is what it's talking about. You understand? You're a friend of this world. You like, the lifestyles and how it's set up and how they rape, rob, and murder, certain countries, took over the North American Indians, set up shop here, you understand? You like that way, you understand? You don't really hate it at all. You like being a servitude here. You like being a slave, you understand? You like the way that corporations are run with the CEOs making millions of dollars and you making barely enough to survive, you understand? You like this world. So this is what it's talking about. Keep going.
Verse 5. Do ye think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy?
Right. Do you think it's in vain that the scriptures is actually saying this, that the spirit of lust is lusteth to envy? You understand? Do you think these scriptures are null and void of what is really telling you what the spirit is? You understand? Because I can go to a club and get high and, have a drink, that temporary satisfaction, probably, meet a nice little chick and, try to take her back home and all that type of stuff, you understand? The scriptures are not saying these things in vain, you understand? This covenantness is real. It's a real spirit. Keep going.
Verse 6. But he giveth more grace.
But he giveth more grace.
Wherefore he saith, the Most High resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble.
Right, he resisteth the proud. That means I'm just going to stay in my ways. I don't really want to hear what this book got to say. You understand? I don't, these scriptures, who wrote the Bible anyway? Okay, even if a man did write the Bible, idiot, these scriptures not going to help you be better in life. You understand? See, that's when you know that people really just don't want to change. They want to stay in a prideful self. You understand? Like, who wrote the Bible anyway? You understand? They just really repeating something that somebody else said, but really they never read it themselves. So how you gonna give an explanation on something that you never really even went through? You just listened to another person say that the Bible was man-made. You understand? See, that's a prideful spirit because you didn't even go into it yourself and try to figure out if a man just wrote it and try to find some kind of discrepancy about it. You understand? You just taking another man's word so you can stay your same regular